it mystery or some other guy or even me. So I do like specialize in ear coaching. So I'm the only guy in this world who can do that effectively. Nobody in the world can do it. I can challenge on the face right now even Ross Jeffrey or mystery or whoever, the guy who want to give me a student. I do in ear coaching, I will get him results, and you try by yourself, you're not going to. But before we move forward, here's the quick important message. If you're still suffering in your dating life and not able to find the right solution for the problems what you're facing in your dating life, then now it's time to change it forever. And if you're committed, then get to a 30-minute call with me where I will listen to your problems what you are facing in your dating life, and I will give you the best solution which will efficiently solve your dating problems. So book a 30-minute consultation call with me. The link is in the description below, and let's solve your dating issues once for all. I am also the creator of dating product of the century, Dating Infields Domination, which is Unchallenged, the best live example dating product, where you will not only see my live examples of me interacting with people, making some of them my life partner, but also my students doing the same. And live examples are from all over the world, like New York, London, Europe, Las Vegas, and from all races. If you still do not believe what I'm saying, then just check the product out. It costs only $1 US. And if you're not satisfied, then I guarantee I will even refund that $1 US to you. And also guys, if you're enjoying my content, then like this video, because that will help in performing this video better in algorithm. And don't forget to subscribe my channel and hit the bell button so that you will be notified when I release a new video. And let's move forward with the main video.
Admit it. Look,
More transformational than what?
Say again, sir?
More transformational than what?
I think it's more transformational than what you're doing. I really do, because it's requiring someone to do more than just routines. It's requiring them to become more emotionally intelligent and to smarten up about their world.
It sounds like you haven't come to my boot camp. We had a weekend this weekend here in Toronto, and the students had, I believe, the experience of a lifetime, because they've met so many. They've had a chance to interact with so many groups of people and practice the material they need for the future. When a woman of particular quality comes along, they'll have performed each of their separate story gambits or qualifiers or openers.
I don't know what quality of woman will be coming in 2024 in Toronto or in New York in some club drunk. I have no idea what quality of woman they will be meeting. But anyway, I'm not judging them. Okay.
Or comfort building gambits. They have practiced them. They've gotten them out of their mouth in performance conditions enough times so that when a woman of particular quality comes along, they could run it all on them and they won't have ums, ahs, pauses, awkward pauses. All that will be removed because of the practice. That seems to be a legitimate way for people to get good over a 3-day period. On night one, they're hesitant, but by night 3, they've opened a good 30 sets. Lots of learning.
Let's talk about that, because there's something I think that's missing, and not just in what you're doing, but in every pickup system that I've seen. At least in my experience, having done this for decades, thousands of people.
Yep, same here.
I would say 30 to 40% of the guys who come to this, whether it's a boot camp or a seminar, have serious trauma, whether it's from abusive parents or being bullied. And then so there's acute trauma. That's when you witness a car accident or you're molested or shot. There's chronic trauma. That's the trauma that's more low grade, but it goes on for a period of time. Look, being 30, 40, 50 years old and never having had sex is pretty freaking traumatic.
Yeah.
So if you don't have techniques and processes to heal that person, you're essentially taking them, and no matter how well you guide them, no matter how many wingmen and trained coaches you have there side by side, essentially you're throwing them into the deep end of the emotional pool and saying swim. And so any system that doesn't have a dedicated, structured way to bring about that healing. And again, I've simplified it.
To be honest, I'm not a therapist.
Okay.
There's a distinction.
I'm not a therapist either, but what I teach is very deeply healing. It's
All
gotten
right.
to the point, it's going to sound like a plug, and it is a plug, but it's simple enough that the AI can teach you how to do it. So if
Right.
you're not offering that, I'm serious. So
Yeah.
if you're not
That's good.
offering that, 30 to 40% of the people who are coming may get the result while you're there. They may, listen, I'm not going to argue with the results. They may indeed get the result they're there, when they're there with you. But when they go home and the same environment and the same old anchors, as we call them in NLP, and the same stuff is going on and they get deeply triggered again, it's great they did good at the boot camp. They got their money's worth. But can they continue to carry it out into the world when they don't have the support of the trainer standing right there?
So this is a very interesting thing, what he's saying, Ross Jeffrey. Um, he's talking about like if a guy is doing the boot camp and getting some success in the boot camp, can he repeat that success? Um, what we say, can he repeat the success when he's back home? So the thing is like in the boot camp, for example, if a guy is coming in the boot camp, then get mystery or some other guy or even me. So I do like specialize in ear coaching. So I'm the only guy in this world who can do that effectively. Nobody in the world can do it. I can challenge on the face right now, even Ross Jeffrey or mystery or whoever, the guy who want to like, give me a student, I do in ear coaching, I will get him results, and you try by yourself, you're not going to. So anyway, so what I'm saying is that this the bootcamp thing, here the interesting thing is that um, for example, if Mystery is doing bootcamp in Toronto, now imagine a guy from because we are talking about Mystery and Ross Jeffrey thing, and so let's take that context. So Mystery doing bootcamp in Toronto, and the guy from Miami or New York or from wherever, like a country, or even from Europe, he goes to he's not having that big social status and all the stuff, so he goes to, for example, in Toronto, and Mystery know a nightclub, and then he meet Mystery in that nightclub and learn the game and everything, and he has like a good long FaceTime with the girls, get laid or not get laid, okay, but he's having good FaceTime, learn some escalation and all the stuff. So he has that kind of experience. When he's going back home, then the thing is that he is remembering that experience, he's remembering that experience, and then he, of course, the result will immediately, he is not going to replicate that result, but he will be much better after the boot camp in his home ground. That's the thing, because he is remembering that reference experience. If the reference experience is good, if he got laid, for example, with the girl, then it can also happen that he has experienced that kind of like how to vibe with the girl. Okay, this is I take this girl home in my hotel, and it was 3 hours of conversation, and this is how the vibe should be. He has experienced by himself. Then when he is back home, there will be some situation, then we are intelligent people, and then he will be remembering, oh, this is how I should move forward, this, and he will get results, something like that. Now if it is the boot camp is completely genuine or something like that, but there are some guys, like they offer the boot camp thing, and which is what they work as a club promoter or something like that, and hire some girls and make the girls to already very complying to the guy student, the coach students, in a way that when the student is talking to the girl will be already very very complying. In when the student is talking to the girl in that particular club, these girls are already like this club promoter kind of, like these kind of girls, they will be already very very friendly to the student, because student is actually the friend of that coach, and they all know this coach, and that's why they will be also friendly to these students. In this situation, they do get some experience with the girl, but they will not able to learn the good skills, because the girl will be always complying to these students. something like that. So it is not like a scam, it is like I will consider it as an indirect scam, something like that. I guess mystery is not doing something like this, but there are some guys who do something like that. So that's how it is. I will not say that that if somebody is coming to boot camp, it is complete waste. No, you are seeing the stuff in the real life, you are learning it real life. The problem is that Ross Jeffrey is not offering this thing because it is a very, very tough job to do. That's the problem. So what he is not, what we say, offering, he is definitely want to discard it. That's why he is saying in that way. That's how it is.
I've said to students who are afraid at first to talk to women, I've said, if you had me in your ear on an earpiece and I was telling you exactly what to say, would you be so afraid? And they'd say, I'd still be afraid, but not so much. So when you have someone like Baxter or yourself or Blaze or some of the other coaches guiding these people, I could see how someone would get some great results.
They get to doing it on their own by the third day. I can't, lay the girl for them. They're going to open their own sets.
I understand.
For them.
I understand. When they go home,
building proficiency in others. And we've got 3 days to make it happen. And believe it or not, 3 days and 3 nights is a good amount of time to spend with mystery and learn the ropes. Okay. I just bring them out to the public gatherings where the women are.
So when those 30 or 40% of the people who are deeply impacted come to your events, I'm assuming you don't screen them. You don't do any kind of...
No, we actually, to be honest, there is some vetting that takes place because, again, I'm not a therapist.
I mean, the thing is that these guys are getting the students, the clients, because of their status, that they are like seen as like, pioneer of the game pickup. So they don't need to do anything. They don't need to improve their coaching. They don't need to do anything. You will not see that much of testimonial of mystery. He don't need anything. He don't need infield. He don't need testimonials. His name is more than enough to fool the world. Simple as that. He don't need to prove anything to the world now. Ross Jeffrey, more or less the same thing. But Ross is also not offering like any kind of boot camp. So I guess like mystery is not doing any in-ear coaching. He is meeting these students and it will be like 1:5 kind of like student, and there must be some assistant. And even in these mystery, I'm sure like 50% will be ethnics. And I have one student from mystery actually. I will show his documentary in future, and he did boot camp with mystery, Baxter in USA. And when I will make that documentary, I will explain the experience what he had about that boot camp. Right now, this is not the right time to talk about it. But what I'm saying is that they have the status, they have achieved that status. That's why it is easy, and they don't really need to improve their coaching that is compliant to 2024 or beyond.
So if, I believe that a potential student...
You can clearly see that the amount of proof I'm showing in my channel. These guys cannot show these kind of proof because it just like tough job. It's just tough job.
Is going to be disruptive to the group in a way that, I'm not looking for followers, right?
No,
people just follow my direction, but I'm looking for good students, or at least ideal students, people who want to become great at this game. Otherwise, I feel like, I'm shucking pearls of wisdom from the oyster of my brain and placing them before those who just won't appreciate it, right? So I'm looking for those who wish to become really proficient at pickup. And I've got 3 days in the daytime. I teach the tools necessary to use at night, a practical application. And then we go infield and we meet the women. And if they have sticking points that I'll see patterns. Just like in my television show, I watch the students, and then I can, after 3 sets, give them a little critique for the next 3 sets. And that seems to really improve people. Some people are leaning in and pecking, doing some basic errors.
I mean, the thing is, like in the club, it is going to be tough to do in-ear coaching anyway. So, and also in the club, like he can be very near to the student as a like bystander, or like, like just a friend of the student or something like that, if they are doing the group set and they're just listening to the student. So it can work out, but in day game I cannot do like this. So that's why in-ear coaching is the most effective way to do, to bring the quick result also. And that's how it is. So it's okay what he's doing, it's okay, I will not criticize him too much.
People aren't speaking loud enough, or their body language is just wrong, or they're touching with hover hand the back of a girl's shoulder. You've seen it all, Ross. You've seen it all. So, I have to course correct over the course of 3 nights of this. And by the third night, they're doing great. I am so proud of my students. We just pulled off a caper this weekend here. It was a madhouse, Toronto. It was chaotic. But within that came a lot of education, a lot of experience for the boys. It was great.
So my question,
Mystery, just a quick question for Mystery. I remember for our interview a few weeks ago, you were saying your first boot camp student was Neil Strauss. So does that mean you're the guy who introduced the concept of boot camps to the industry?
I believe I did. There's always going to be another top dog. Everyone's going to try to vie for top dog, but they can't take away first. I'm the first to provide infield boot camps. Infield, bringing the boys after seminar into the nightclub environments, and just like the television show, showing the boys how it's done, showing them what good pickup looks like, how to properly engage in conversation with groups of people, in a pleasing manner, and then have them do it themselves.
If you want to go to nightclubs, and bars, this has it all over.
Or any event like a restaurant that has women there. We're just looking for the women. And the best places are rooftop patio bars. Those are my favorite places of all time, anywhere in the world. New York City, Miami, Toronto, rooftop patio bars. Beautiful environments with which to meet beautiful women. They give you they presume you have value because you're there. It's even
again, I'm speaking now to the guy out there who lives in rural Podunk, Idaho, or can't get
Butler,
small town. He's stuck in a small town. Or he's got to get out.
Somewhere else like that. Cannot get.
You see that he said simple. He got to get out. So for the guys who are living in small town, then mystery is not even an option. So definitely, day game is a better option for them. So definitely, mystery is already said that it is not an option, and not everyone can like shift to a big city. And also, to make the mystery thing to work, you need to be very comfortable and enjoy your time in going to the clubs in the nighttime environment, or really comfortable with lot of crowd and all. And if you are not able to enjoy, then it is not like, oh, it is an excuse. If you are not able to enjoy, then there are like other ways to get laid, to get girlfriend. I'm doing it. If not me, then Ross Jeffrey is okay, though my system is much better. What I'm saying is that lot of guys are not into this kind of environment. For me, if I'm going to the club, then I love to drink. Then I love to drink, and then just to get laid, drinking, and then having a good mood and all, and then like I'm getting older and I'm not even enjoying this thing. In the old days, when I was going to the club and I was like, oh, I do not have to drink, I'm tricking myself to get as good as possible, good mood, and again it's just like going against the flow. I was not even enjoying, and but in the club you have to be happy, good mood, and also when you're going regularly, then you avoid drinking. It just like too complicated for me, and I just like that's not the thing for me, and I can understand why Ross is saying something like this.
The invitation to those places. Listen to me and hear me before you respond. You have a tremendous amount of status. You're a mystery. Baxter has a tremendous amount of status. He knows people who probably own those clubs.
Don't know us. It's
I
cold
didn't interrupt you. I
Fair.
didn't interrupt you. So be fair to
Right.
me.
Fair.
All right. So not everyone at ICE is laughing. Not everyone has that kind of access. They just don't. How many guys can get bottle service?
I mean, he's correct here. Like, for example, like mystery do have status, and because of the status, he's also getting client, and that's okay. Like, you know, what should I say? So that's how the life is. Sometimes life is unfair. Sometimes life is fair for some people and unfair for other people. That's how it is. I have to put 20 times more effort, 20 times more proof to get students to get like some recognition. That's how it is. I accepted it. So here, I think I have explained it in my other video also that there will be some guys who will not able to enter in this club, and I remember I did boot camp with RSD boot camp in Miami, and we were not even able to enter in the club just because of the boot camp. Tyler said that, like Owen Cook said, that you have to get in the club at any cost, and we paid, like I remember I paid like $100 to this bouncer on the you know, me and some other student, like you know, with a hidden, like secretly we paid the bouncer. Only then we able to enter in the club and then able to play some, you know, practice some game, something like that. So imagine, like if I'm living in Miami, then every time I have to pay this much money just to enter in the club. It is not even guaranteed that I will get the pussy. I have to enter in the club, you see, because this is how I look, and I have to pay money to just enter. And I can understand a lot of guys must be facing the same problem there.
How many guys would want bottle service?
Well, there's
guys can get invitation. Look, you're very well known in Toronto.
I mean, he's also correct here that like that how many guys know this, like, you know, able to do it, and also like even if you're able to do it, are you enjoying it? That's also the question. You are enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it, if you're just there just to get laid and you're not able and enjoying that location, then there are much better ways to get laid.
You're a star in Toronto. You can walk. Yeah, you are. Don't be
the guys. I get a few guys coming up, taking pictures and wanting to meet me and thanking me for their life.
I understand, but
other than that, the girls, it's cold approach pickup. That's what I'm famous for.
You can get those invitations. Did you say cold approach?
It's cold approach pickup. That's my art form.
So
hot approach is where they know you before you're arriving.
I do not approach. I teach don't approach at all. I never approach. I only extend opportunities to connect with me in fun and powerful ways. Now
I mean, he's just like rephrasing the word. He's also approaching. If he's talking to a girl, it's just approach. Okay, he used the different wordings, but that's okay.
You may think that's just languaging, but language is powerful. What's the distinction between saying I'm going to approach that person and I'm going to extend an opportunity to connect with them in a fun and powerful way? Language structures consciousness, shapes decisions, drives behavior. It determines what you can visualize.
I agree with all that. We should change the word then. We should.
Meaning.
Approach isn't big enough. It's not defining enough.
Meaning you give, the meaning you give the interaction. So I'm simply saying using language in a way, both to change yourself intrapersonally and to effectively connect with the other person interpersonally is extremely powerful. And my claim is speed seduction is the best way to do it, to capture and lead the imagination and the emotions, to stimulate a woman sexually, to get her into the state where she takes it on as her own idea. Because whatever you can get a person to imagine for themselves, whether it's in the context of sales, seduction, persuasion, influence, will be perceived by them as being their own thought. And therefore, they are far more likely to act on it, and they will not resist it. And my claim, again, I'm going to repeat it again, you don't need 7 hours. You can do it in 30, 40 minutes.
You can do it in 4. Well, yeah, but winning chess in 3 moves doesn't make you a chess master. If you can't, if betting a girl in the bathroom, not betting,
I
sorry.
didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
Goal.
Go ahead. You're mischaracterizing what I said. Right. What I'm saying is you can create that readiness. Now, personally, I'll just tell you personally, given my age and what I do and can't do, I don't, quote, close the deal for at least a month. And there's reasons for that, physiological reasons that I'm not going to get into. But there's, well, there are things.
And it's also up to her. When she's comfortable enough to do it, that's when you do it.
I totally get it. And in my way of doing things, at least at my age, both parties have to get tested, just among other things. And my finding, I think you'll agree with this, it's often the case that when the penis goes in, the crazy comes out. So I want to watch for some red flags. Is that making sense? But again, I'm going to keep circling back to this point. I understand what you're saying, and I believe you. When you say you take them out for 3 nights and they get results, I believe you. If it weren't true, you would have been sued or put out of business.
Exactly. We've done that for many years. I'm proud of my work.
Eric, I believe you. The question is, once they go back to the old environment where the old anchors are there, the things that trigger them emotionally, where they're not emotionally well regulated, where they cannot self-regulate, you're providing co-regulation. You're helping them to co-regulate by being there. Even when you push them into set and they have to do it on their own, they know that you're there to support them. When you're not there, if you don't teach techniques to emotionally regulate and to be centered in yourself, you're going to have a problem when they go back to the old environment.
The education seems to stick.
I mean, I do agree with Mystery in this thing also, because the education seems to stick also. How good they learned, they will be having that kind of reference experience in the memories, and they able to replicate slowly, like it will take time in their home ground, in their home city or something like that. It is definitely possible. They have to put time and effort. Definitely they have to put time and effort, discipline, and they will get results. And sometimes they get results very quick. And I have many students also, they got results after the boot camp. They got results in the boot. Some students got results in the boot camp, but some students also got results after the boot camp, even when they gave back home in their home city, they got results there or something like that. Some students are engaged also. I have the proof, I have the testimonials, I have the boot camp documentaries or something like that. I have shown everything. Mystery don't need to show anything. He don't need to show boot camp documentary. He just say his name and anyone will, people will go to him. I don't know why, but it's just that's how it is. That's world is racist. That's why I have to show everything. I have to show the full success, the start, how I'm preparing my students, how they are getting rejected, why they are getting rejected, correcting their mistakes, and all the stuff in the bootcamp documentaries. I show everything. And these students also get results when they are back in their cities. So what Mystery is saying, definitely education seems to stick.
I'm getting lots of positive, year later, still in contact with my former students, turned some of them good friends. You bond over a 3-day and 3-night experience, like gaming together. So I would say that the long-term benefits, what are they going to do? Unlearn what they learned? Unexperience what they've
No, 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 no,
experienced?
no, 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 no,
It's
no,
too
no, no,
late for them. 3 days,
no,
3 nights with
no.
mystery.
Here, the problem is the only thing is that Ross Jeffrey is not offering something like this, and that's why he is not open to the idea of the boot camp thing and meeting like student in person. I think, yeah. So I think later in somewhere in this podcast, he said that only if he helps someone in person, then he need like 50K or something like that. So.
No, no,
Changes
no,
their game.
no, 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 no,
But
no.
sometime I think like why he's even so greedy. He's not even having any kid. He just he's not planning to have any kid. Then why is he like reaching like maybe 70s in few years, and then maybe 20, 15, 20 year more, and then I don't know. And then he will die, and then everything will be left here. So why is even that much greedy?
No, 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 no. I'm not saying they learn it.
That's what it
I'm,
sounds like, Ross.
no, no, no. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
Sounds
when
like
it may sound like it because you're not hearing it. So let's try it again. Let's try it. When someone goes back to their environment where you're not present, if they come in and they're emotionally damaged and they have a lot of trauma, I will.
Okay.
And my claim is that's 30 to 40% of them who come. I don't do live events anymore. It's now AI. You can learn anything pretty much by just give it a free trial.
Scanning your shirt. Exactly.
Let's scan the QR code. Okay, here's what I'm saying. Whether you're aware of it or not, 30 to 40% of people who are coming into your events have deep trauma. That's what I'm saying. Deep trauma is not healed or cured by getting laid at a boot camp. They're going to carry it with them, and that is going to get in their way. And one of my critiques of what you're doing, and anyone for that matter, is there's no system that at least concurrently or prior to, either consecutively or before, deals with that. It's a big gap. It's just a big gap. It's not just for you, it's for.
The thing is, like, if somebody's planning to invest in mystery bootcamp, I don't know how much it costs, but if somebody's planning to invest in this kind of mystery bootcamp, then he must be knowing, he must be expecting what is coming. If somebody is suffering with this deep trauma and all the psychological issues, then maybe that is not the best like choice for mystery, like to go to mystery or something like that. So for example, if a guy who is watching my videos, who is watching my stuff, who is watching like what I teach, everything is crystal clear. I show the proof and documentaries, and I have like online courses. So when they are coming to the bootcamp, they are expecting what they will get. Sometimes the guys are having some kind of psychological issues, or some kind of like they are on, like, some guys can be on, what is the right word to say, like, can be on spectrum, so emotional, less sensitive or something like that, or some these kind of things. So when I'm teaching them, I know what is the issue, what they are, when they are speaking. I will not say to them this is the problem what they are facing, but I know very quickly that this is what they are facing the problem, and this is how I have to solve their problem, this is how I have to move forward. So some Indian guy who is afraid of even like saying to the girl a simple question or something like that, so I know how to deal with these kind of situation, how I make him move forward or something like that. So that's like the experience. But if somebody is like, somebody is like facing depression, somebody is facing some emotional trauma or some depression and all, then the better option for him is to go to some psychiatrist or psychologist or something like that to and heal with his depression and all the stuff, and then come to the boot camp or something like that. I do have some students who are having these kind of some emotional trauma, and there I do, instead of like practical training, I do more like inner game kind of training, inner game coaching I do with them. So that definitely, like, I also deal with this kind of students. The thing is that when you are talking to the student, then when I'm talking to the student, I know what is the problem he is facing, so I will be not really like he will be also saying that he don't want to approach right now because this is the issue, and then I solve first the issue, the problem what he's facing, the inner game issues what he's facing, solve it, and then approach. And like, it is very custom based, case by case training. And hopefully, like, Mystery is also doing the same thing, but the problem is that Mystery may not be doing this in the same way, because this is who I am and this is what I teach. When he's so unflexible, when he's not very flexible, like he stick with his old M3 model, which is completely outdated, this is not how it works, then with the student he's also very unflexible. It is like he must be thinking in a way that it is their like, what say, good luck, these students luck, that they are getting me as their mentor or coach. I will not change for the student. Student has to learn what I have to offer, otherwise they can go away or something like that. I guess that kind of attitude he must be having. So he must be very unflexible in his coaching when he's teaching his students. It's again, when you are privileged, then you are less flexible, and when you are coming from the ground, from the from the bottom barrel, and fight your way going up, then you have to be more accommodating. You know how tough it is, and then you are more flexible, more understanding. You have seen, because you have to, otherwise you are not going to survive. Simple as that. I hope you've enjoyed this video and got a lot of value out of it. By the way, guys, if you are still suffering in your dating life, not able to find any solution for the problems you are facing in your dating life, now it's time to change it forever. And if you really want to get guided by me personally in my mentorship program or in my one-on-one bootcamp program, then apply to the link in the description below. The link is deepakdating.info/mentorship. But keep in mind, my mentorship program or my one-on-one bootcamp program are in very high in demand with a very limited availability. They are also costly. So only if you are fully motivated, committed, and prepared emotionally and mentally, want to get guided by me personally, only then apply to the mentorship or my bootcamp program. If right now the cost is the issue, or you are not able to do my mentorship program or my bootcamp program due to any personal reason and still want to change your dating life, then I suggest you to join Dating Infields Domination. The link is also in the description below. The first link, it's only $1, completely risk-free. You can cancel it anytime you want to. There you will see pure uncut infield interaction of me as well as my students, getting laid, getting girlfriends, listen word by word, line by line, infield interactions in this program, Dating Infields Domination, and learn top-level seduction skills which no other dating coach in this world can able to teach you. I challenge it. So what you will see in Dating Infields Domination in the infields, that is something you will be personally learning from me in my mentorship program or my one-on-one bootcamp program in future if you plan to join it. So apply to the link in the description below for a 30-minute free call, deepakdating.info/mentorship. If you really want to get mentored by me personally and change your dating life, or other alternative, join Dating Infields Domination. The link is also in the description below. If you are not really sure right now for mentorship program or my one-on-one bootcamp program. Also guys, don't forget to watch the playlist Rock Solid Infield on this channel, where I'm doing live flirt, picking up girls in front of camera, showing top level pickup and attraction skills. Also don't forget to watch Student Transformation and Testimonial, where I'm teaching my students, showing full documentaries, student success and their testimonials also.